to The Rude Awakening, where we start your morning with 2 eggs and a stack of hot takes. I'm your host, Kyle Rudart, and today with me, I got Rich Wynne, talk about UFC 308, and he's knowledgeable in all things sports, but UFC, he watched the event and he knows a lot about MMA. So Rich, what's up?
Yes sir, yes sir. Thank you for having me, Kyle. Let's get to it.
Hey Rich. All right, so we're talking about the first fight. Well, actually, we're talking about the main event, the headline, Ilya Topuria versus Max Holloway. Dude, Holloway hit the ground, man, knocked out.
Didn't just hit the ground hard.
Talk about
very interesting fight, I will say.
Yeah.
Holloway actually did a lot better than I expected. His length was definitely giving Topuria issues, especially in the second round and the end of the first.
Yeah.
Topuria was looking to chase the knockout the whole fight.
He was hunting that down.
Hunting down, yes. And but the thing about Topuria is he doesn't stop his game plan. He kept going, and although Holloway was hitting him stuff, it wasn't
early on. Holloway was hitting.
Yeah, he was connecting, but the thing about Holloway is it's a lot of it's kind of like pillow punches. He doesn't hit hard.
He whittles away at you.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, he more just the way he beat was by wearing you down.
Exactly.
And Topuria caught him with something real clean with a right cross.
Yeah.
Had him stumbling, and then
that left
hook over the top put him right out. And yeah, it was like I said, it was a very interesting fight because again Holloway did a lot better than I expected. I thought Topuria was going to put him out early.
Yeah.
But Holloway's tough, man. And that was the first time he got knocked out, so it was like.
I wonder if McGregor put all his money on Holloway to win. Yeah. Did he bet on that shit? Yeah.
I mean, he probably did.
Yeah, he probably lost him. Yeah, but Holloway, I mean, yeah, because he's a veteran. Like he's been in the game for a while. Early on, he was winning that. Like,
he was
boxing.
Like I said, the first round was it was a really good. Well, the whole fight was good, even before the knockout. It was a close fight.
100%.
Topuria was getting. You can see on the marks on his face. He was getting tagged. But Topuria just showed so much like that.
He's undefeated.
That too. Yeah, I mean, he even took Max down with effort. But, his background is wrestling, so he can grapple, and he's shown that he can strike with the best strikers in UFC history. So
yeah, I mean, I got a little stat here. Holloway landed 35% of his significant strikes, but Topuria got 43%.
43%, and that's key. If you can land your significant strikes, that's what wins you the fight.
You land them. So overall, Holloway, fell down the rankings. Topuria still undefeated, keeping that championship. Also, you see after he won, he's like sip the tea. Yeah. That shit was tough. But next challenger is gonna be Volkanovski. You think? He's number one.
So
in the
rankings,
right?
It's between two people right now. It's either Volkanovski or gonna be Diego Lopez.
Who do you think it's gonna be?
I think it should be Volk, just because he had 7 title defenses before he lost his title to Topuria.
He was killing it.
He was destroying the competition. Not just that though. You have a veteran like him who it's like a turning of the tide now. Like Ilya Topuria is the young up and coming dude who's putting himself. He's a superstar now.
Yeah,
he's hungry, like you said. But that's if he doesn't move to 155 to fight the champion at their weight class, which is something he could do. But it looks like Volkanovski's probably going to be the next contender.
Yeah, he's going to stay in that featherweight division.
I think he should for at least another fight.
He could go into Topuria one more time, go for that belt, and then maybe move his way up.
Yeah, that's probably what he should do.
It's a good idea. All right, so we talked about the main event a little bit, but we're going to go back to the beginning of the main card. We're talking about most of the main card today. But that first fight between Shara Magomedov and Armen, bro. Shara bullet, man.
Dude, that man's nutty. He's so entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
I just don't know how long it's going to last when he faces tougher guys.
Yes.
Because he hasn't really had a name on his resume where it's very that big of a win to the point where you can.
I mean, we saw in this card 2 middleweight fights, so we're gonna see the guy who won that one later on, and then when they go after Duplessis.
Yeah, well, Shara Bullet got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
He just got ranked today. Actually, he got moved to 12th in the division, which is. In my opinion, it's very weird he did it. I mean, although I'm not saying he's not deserving of it, he hasn't beaten no ranked guy yet. He hasn't even fought a.
Yeah, Armen wasn't ranked, right?
Armen wasn't ranked.
Yeah.
He was his best opponent he probably faced because he's so diverse. He can grapple, he can strike, and Armen was actually winning the fight.
Definitely, I would say round 1.
Yeah, he definitely won the round. Shara Putin just that's
spinning
back fist was just oh my god, it was nasty. He's so entertaining.
It's like UFC 3, bro, just spamming that shit. UFC 4 is just spinning back fist.
Yeah, it was great knockout for sure. He's entertaining, man. He stays on the feet. He doesn't grapple like your normal.
No, he was whittling away his legs. He kept
he was. Both of them were destroying each other's calves.
Yeah, they kept going at him.
Shara Putin, and he's so dynamic. His strikes are so unique.
Yeah.
He throws crazy kicks, crazy.
He's the one sidekick that did knock down Armen initially. So I thought
the way he throws his strikes is it's literally unique. That's the best way to describe it because it's something that you really don't see.
He's versatile.
Yeah, very versatile. And I don't know what's gonna be next for him though because now he's in a weird spot because now he's ranked, but is he really worth getting a higher ranked opponent right now, or should he fight a little lower, like a 13, 14?
Exactly. Should be the one right below, or is he actually gonna start going for like the big dogs, like number 8?
Like he called out Izzy Adesanya.
Yeah.
And that was
crazy.
I don't know why he called it out.
That's
He definitely should not get the fight.
Not Adesanya, not now.
And I think Adesanya would completely demolish him.
It'd be good for his, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time though, it is 2 good strikers in that, so it would be fun to watch. But I don't think he deserves it.
Shara Bullet, he's got to make sure he doesn't have too many in the chamber. He might blow up in his face.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah.
And it just sucks because he can't fight in the United States.
Yeah, that's true. It has to be over.
So it's like,
yeah, this one was in Abu Dhabi. This
yeah,
UFC,
so it's like it's gonna be weird to get him a fight with somebody who would want to travel to Abu Dhabi or overseas to fight him. A lot of people don't want to go to someone else's territory.
Exactly, it goes like out of your way. Like Izzy's like, I'll fight in America.
Yeah, I mean, he could fight Izzy in Australia. He could fight in Australia, but but nobody's gonna want to go to Abu Dhabi to face one of their guys. Yeah, it wouldn't be good for them.
No, it wouldn't look good.
You've seen in the prelim cards where some decisions got swayed certain ways because of the Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, it's just that's actually interesting to bring in like the crowd environment. You don't want to think about that too much. Yeah. Next fight though, we're gonna talk about this one went by decision. Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. Dan Ige.
Very
close.
Very technical fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Dan Ige's a dog.
Yeah, he was good.
Scrapper.
He was applying that pressure.
He was. Lerone Murphy was very technical. People were saying the decision could have went Dan Ige's way.
I thought it was close.
It definitely was a close fight. It went exactly how I expected. Both of them do got dynamite in their hands and they can put somebody out, but I knew that it was going to be a technical dog fight, I would say. And I knew it was going to go to decision because both fighters can put each other out, but they can also, like I said, fight the technical way and grind the decision out.
Early on, Murphy tried going for like the guillotine choke, like he tried to make him submit.
Yeah, he's a very well balanced fighter.
Yeah.
He's more of a striker, but he can definitely grapple.
And it felt like both of those guys were, because the first round it went either way because he also had the body shot and hook from Dan.
Dan's a dog, man.
Yeah, he
got power. I've seen it a bunch of times. His last fight he stepped in on 2 hours' notice with Diego Lopez, who could be getting a shot at the title, and he went the decision with him and possibly could even won the fight.
This was my fight besides the Holloway Topuria one. This was my second favorite. I thought it was pretty. I like technical stuff.
It was definitely a good fight. Lerone Murphy's good. You try to speak too fast.
No,
he's good. He's well balanced. Just very cool or unique to see for England fighters. They're mostly strikers. They can grapple, like Aspinall, who's the heavyweight. Probably should be heavyweight champion. John Jones stopped ducking him, but
I think with the English streets, man, they're all close range. It's like
brawlers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but he's gonna be
because round 2, he's like a snake in the grass because he takes his time and then later on round 2 get that 1-2 when he trapped Dan.
Yeah, he says technical. He'll take his time. He'll pressure you when he knows that he finds a spot where he thinks he can come in and catch you with something.
Like a small blood in the water.
Yeah. He's a very good fighter. I'm interested to see what's next for him because he should be getting a higher shot in the division. Maybe somebody like Josh Emmett.
Definitely should.
Maybe
he called out Josh Emmett afterwards.
Yeah. And I think he should get a fight like that. Josh Emmett's a vet. He's been around for a while.
Be a good look, yeah.
And it's also Josh Emmett's he's like a better Dan Ige with the fact that he's a dog.
He's
heavy hands. He's knockout fighter.
He's an evolved version of him, so it's like, let's see how Murphy does against that.
It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of his tenure, I guess you say, on this run plays out until he takes his first loss because he's a very diverse fighter and in my opinion, he's going to entertain to watch.
Definitely
so.
Dude, round 3 when Murphy had he landed that nasty elbow on Dan, and then he had the choke, the triangle choke. I was like, oh my god! I thought he was going to tap into that.
And see, he can do it all. Yeah, and that's what's interesting to see. And a fighter like that could be the one to give Topuria fits in that 145 division because, I'm not saying he's ready for him yet. Obviously not. He's still
give him a year.
But you give him a couple. You give him Josh Emmett next, and he makes that fight look relatively easy. Then he takes on maybe somebody like a Diego Lopez or Brian Ortega. Maybe he could be in the running for a shot, and I think that
even though he
could be his in a couple years.
Yeah, definitely. Even though he only beat Dan by decision, it's like if he's able to beat Emmett with like a knockout or maybe a tap, then you're definitely looking at fight like to a Topuria's fight. Yeah,
100%.
So moving on, we'll go to another fight I went to decision. Magomed Ankalaev. Ankalaev
and Alexander Rakic.
and Alexander Rakic. Yeah, so that's the light heavyweight match. Ankalaev 21-1, bro. Like he's killing it. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
coming off the win against Johnny Walker last event.
Yeah. See, I got mixed feelings about
this one.
Ankalaev.
Yeah.
He definitely looked.
He
good.
talks a lot.
Not saying he didn't look good. I'm a little disappointed at Rakic because Rakic is a very he's probably the best opponent for Ankalaev to face, or the best opponent to face Ankalaev because Rakic can grapple, he can strike, he can wrestle.
But you didn't see a lot of striking. I feel like he was more on defensive.
Yeah. Exactly. Ankalaev was pressuring. Ankalaev didn't really take him down like that. Ankalaev stayed on the feet and controlled him.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because he's going to be the next running for a shot for Alex Pereira.
Yeah, he called him.
And it's very interesting to see because Pereira is the best striker we've seen in a while. So
he's exciting.
is Ankalaev going to really stand up and strike with somebody who's proven to be unstrike? Like you can't strike with him.
You can't strike him. Yeah.
Or is Ankalaev maybe showing he can strike, or he's going to take Alex down? It's going to be interesting to see. Personally, I think that I think Ankalaev has a little more to prove. I can't see nobody beating Alex right now.
It's
Alex
tough, bro.
He does it all, and the only way you can beat him is by taking him down.
It's like sparring with Mike Tyson in the
Exactly.
80s. It's like you could strike. Every time you try to strike with him, he'll easily read that. He sees your fist, every single movement. He just sees it from a mile away.
And so it's going to be interesting to see because, first of all, who even knows if Alex is going to stay at 205? He may move up to heavyweight, maybe even 185, who knows?
Yeah.
Personally, I want him to stay there. I want to see what Ankalaev can do against him, but I don't.
I will say, whenever Rakic tried to throw a jab at Ankalaev, it felt like Ankalaev had a counter for it immediately.
He did 100%.
Yeah, like the first round when Rakic went for the jab, Ankalaev, boom.
Ankalaev is very good. Rakic is the light heavyweight division is so weak.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So Rakic is like, although he's good for a light heavyweight division, he's not title potential yet. And who knows if Ankalaev is because there's not a lot of contenders in the light heavyweight division.
No, there isn't. No.
So it's like, is he really that good, or is he just making these fighters who just aren't as good as him look good?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Because who knows what's going to happen when he fights Alex? Alex could knock him out first round, or Alex could get dog walked on the ground the whole time.
Yeah, I feel like you need a fight between. I mean, he beat Johnny in January. He just won his fight against Rakic. It's like I think you need another fight before you go to Pereira. It's like
which he possibly could do. Is Alex said he wants to take some time off because he did just have 3 title fights this year.
Yeah,
so
he's fatigued.
He may need some time. Same time that who knows with Alex. Like you said that before, and then he fought literally this month.
No, he doesn't. I mean, he loves to fight. He's like he gets him out the house.
He's a dog, man.
They were both, good counters from Ankalaev, and like I said, Rakic just playing defense the whole time, bro. It felt like he wasn't like the striker.
Which is weird because, like I said, Rakic is. There's a couple of fights I've seen him fight in where he's like Yuri back against 300. He just.
See, I don't watch a lot of the press conferences, so did you? I don't know if you watched those at all.
I did watch the press conference. Yeah, and Rakic. He was locked in. He looked like he had no injuries. He was he just didn't perform. I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just Ankalaev's pressure and his technicality just got to him. Because at the end of the day, with Ankalaev, you have to watch his takedowns.
Yeah.
In that 205-pound division, there's no one else that can wrestle like him. Although Ankalaev mainly strikes, he's a Dagestani.
He can grapple.
Yeah, exactly. And so you have to when you're striking him, you have to pay attention for the takedowns. Yeah. So when it comes, you can defend it, but. I don't know what it was. Ankalaev just pressured him and just
got in his head, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the first round, I guess like Rakic couldn't really find a way to try and attack him. So
yeah, but Ankalaev's definitely next for a title now. There's no doubt about it.
He's insane. And
we'll see how it goes from here.
Exactly, man. And then the last fight we'll cover from the main card, Khamzat versus Robert Whittaker, bro. Holy fuck! I'm sorry for my language, but holy shit.
Khamzat is. There's only one word to describe him. It's just different. You have never seen a UFC fighter come in here and do what he has done to who he's done it to. Everybody was saying from his last fight with Usman,
this makes Usman look a lot better too.
It does, but people, I was talking to you before the fight's coming up, or it might have been you, maybe someone I forget what I was telling, but Khamzat, he fought Usman. People have to remember, Usman is a wrestler. He's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
So the reason why Khamzat was struggling to take him down at times was because of Usman's wrestling background. Usman was also at a heavier weight, which helps him.
Yeah, how much heavier was he than Khamzat? Was he like? So,
Hamza was supposed to fight at 170 against, I think it was Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
But
they had to scrap because Khamzat was 10 pounds overweight. He was at 180. Usman said he'll take the fight at 180, which is 10 pounds heavier than what he fights at. And when you're heavier, and especially when you're a wrestler and you're wrestling in a heavier
It kind of
weight,
works.
it helps with
It
you.
benefits, yeah.
So he was able to defend takedowns easily. And Khamzat wasn't prepared for Usman. Usman's a way different fighter than Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is a brawler.
Yeah.
And Usman's a wrestler. And he can strike, but Usman's more of a grappler.
Yeah, Nate Diaz you don't want to see in a bar. Usman you don't want to see in a mat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
So like when it came to Whittaker, people were saying, he struggled against Usman. Whittaker's going to make him look dumb. After the third round, Khamzat's going to gas. Well, I've been saying, who knows if it's even going to go to the third round? And it didn't even go to the second round.
Yeah.
And 13 seconds in, he just shot the double leg, and he shot quick. He got low, which was outstanding because the lower you got your takedowns, the better. Wrapped him up, got him to the cage, and Whittaker was doing a great job defending the takedown and defending on the ground. But Khamzat, he's like a snake.
Yeah.
Climbs you, he just
I bet
mauls you, and it's annoying and it's frustrating.
It is frustrating. I bet Khamzat left Whittaker speechless. Well,
Definitely.
Well, he broke his fucking jaw, so.
Yeah, he definitely.
So he definitely
he left him speechless for sure.
Yeah.
You see his teeth?
That dude, he got the
Dude,
broken
his 3 teeth were to
lodged.
his tongue, literally. Like it was nasty.
Yeah.
But and what he did was wasn't even under the neck. He just chin cranked him.
Yeah, that
Right here,
that
his
face
forearm.
crank, bro.
Face crank, yeah. Right, his forearm was right on his teeth, and Robert Whittaker said it happened to him before, so he said his teeth were just vulnerable to it.
Yeah, I like his reaction afterwards. It's just like, well,
Yeah.
my jaw's broken.
I mean, as soon as you got locked in, he tapped right away. Have you seen it?
Yeah, he reacted.
Tapped literally right away,
Yeah.
and
First time he ever tapped too,
Khamzat-
Whittaker. Yeah.
Yeah, Khamzat he's different, man. He's very unique, and the thing is, we're only seeing his wrestling right now. I mean, we've seen parts of striking in the Usman fight, and he's not terrible on the feet. But who at the 185 division is going to be able to stop his wrestling? The only person who may have a chance now, we think, is Tricus.
Yeah.
He's probably the next person.
That's my next fight.
People are saying Khamzat should jump Sean Strickland. I don't think that. I think Sean Strickland and Tricus should fight in January.
Yeah.
And after that winner fights Khamzat. But I don't think either of them two are going to be able to beat Khamzat.
Right.
Strickland's not he can
And
wrestle.
maybe when Strickland fights places, maybe you can have maybe you can have Khamzat face Shara, who we saw earlier on. Later on, maybe not right.
Maybe down the line. I don't think Shara's ready for that.
Well, Shara-
Khamzat, if they want to give Khamzat a shot or Khamzat a fight back, they want to do that to him because there's no point.
Right.
He just demolished.
Shara needs to climb first.
Yeah,
then
exactly.
Khamzat can take some time. Yeah.
And Khamzat just beat the third ranked guy in the division.
Yeah, so
he didn't
yeah.
just beat him. He beat him.
Yeah.
And
He said night night.
Whittaker, he's a vet. He's a dog. He's been a champion, really good champion. He's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Still somewhat in his prime. And
Seems like the old guard's kind of like passing on
it's
with
like
Holloway.
there's a new torch coming up,
Whittaker.
and Khamzat, he's scary, man. And in my opinion, if he fights either Tricus or Sean, he would demolish him. And in my opinion, I don't see nobody in that division.
Well, did you what Khamzat said after the fight? He said everyone's scared of him.
And I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's lying.
I'm scared of him.
Because when it came down to this, they offered him a lot of people, and the only person that was willing to take it was Whittaker. And they were supposed to fight back in June in Saudi Arabia
Right.
for a fight night, but Khamzat got really sick. And the only thing that I think is going to stop Khamzat is his illnesses.
Yeah.
He has a lot of times where he couldn't make weight.
So the only person that can stop Khamzat's himself.
Exactly, yeah. And I was nervous he wasn't even going to make weight for this fight. I was up 2 a.m. watching the Lions.
You're making sure he's
And
gonna make
it came down to the last 15 minutes, and he stepped on the scale, and he just made it. But that's the only thing that's going to stop him.
Right.
You're right himself. Either he gets sick, he can't weight cut.
Just like trying to make these weights all the time.
As long as he's in the ring or in the octagon, I don't think there's nobody beating him at 185.
Not right now.
And he could even, he started at 170. If he just walks through the division, he could even move down, or he could even think about moving up to 205. That would be something that's interesting. He could. I don't see nobody that could clearly beat him in 185. So
He could move up.
I don't know.
If he's like if it's too easy for him, he could just move up. Just
Every fight, his hardest fight. I mean, you can either say it was Gilbert Burns or Usman, but the Gilbert Burns fight he was easily in control. The Usman fight, other than the third round, he was in control the whole fight. He 10-8 the first round easily.
Yeah.
So it's like, and Usman was probably the best fighter he faced. He just fought the greatest welterweight of all time, and then he fought a top 5, maybe you can say top 3 middleweight of all time.
Yeah, dude.
So
After this fight, it makes Usman definitely look a lot better.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because you're like, dude, he kept him at bay.
And he went the distance with him, man.
Yeah.
One, the fighters had it as a draw with Usman, so it's like, who knows?
Right.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be
gonna be
interesting to see what they do with him. You could give him Izzy maybe if he wants to fight soon. Do I think Izzy would take the fight? Should take the fight? No, because Izzy's towards the end of his career, and there's no point of fighting a young guy. Yeah, there's no point of fighting a guy like Khamzat, who's most likely going to just take you down and just control you.
Yeah, if you're Izzy, you want to keep your career, you want to keep this going as long as possible before you fight Khamzat. Yeah.
You don't, especially he's older. Khamzat's young, he's hungry, and man, Khamzat's a beast. He's a
dog.
Yeah, he's so fun to watch. It's rare you see fun grapplers.
Yeah,
but he's not just a normal grappler. He takes you down. He doesn't just control you. He looks for a finish.
Yeah, he's not going to be like trying to tire you out. He's going to what he did with Whittaker. He's going to try.
You can tell his block. Oh no, I wouldn't want to be under that. I would cry.
It's not even like right when he tightens that headlock. Yeah, right when he puts me in that form, I'm like, I know
you got that right away.
Because I know what's going to happen. It's
people are saying Whittaker should just try to suck it up and like no.
Suck up what his teeth that came out of his fucking
No, because people were saying he tapped too quick and did he tap quick? Yes.
Yeah.
Was it something where he probably should have just seen if he could get out of it? No, I don't think there was anything he was going to get out of it.
He couldn't get out of it.
His face was literally like this. He couldn't move.
If he was in there for like 5 more seconds, it would cause irreparable damage.
And even if somehow Khamzat did slip off his grip, then he's got to go the rest of the 5-round fight with his teeth pushed back to his tongue. And you know that definitely hurts. And on top of it, Khamzat.
The jaw's dislocated.
Yeah, Khamzat's already on him, so like he's already controlled. So no matter what, it's just not going to go good for him.
No.
Yes, I mean I don't take anything away from Whittaker.
He's a vet.
And he didn't make no excuses, which I'm happy with. I mean, he's not the type of fighter to do that anyways. He's never done it, but
I mean, still after the result, he was standing there like, awesome.
And it's not. He said he was fully. Same with Holloway. They were both said that they were fully prepared, fully ready. They just couldn't get it done.
I mean, they've been in the game for a while. They know what to
expect. Exactly. Yeah, and two very different talents and two very good talents in Topuria and Khamzat, and they're different animals. And like you said earlier, it's a turning of the tide in UFC now.
100%.
New champions coming in. I mean, look at it. Khamzat just beat one of the greatest middleweights of all time.
Yeah.
Topuria just knocked out
Holloway,
a top 3 featherweight of all time, and that's his second great knockout on a featherweight.
Yeah, first on Holloway. First time Holloway got knocked out.
First one, yeah. It was the first time Holloway got knocked out, and he knocked out Volk before Holloway, so it's like who's going to beat these guys in the division?
It's crazy. Too.
And I just don't see it. 2 great talents and 2 great generational fighters. It's
going to be
very cool to see.
It's going to be interesting to see where UFC goes. I mean, next event, 309, right? It's going to be, what's the main event? It's going to be John Jones and
Miocic, which
any predictions for that one? Because I mean, Rich over here, he likes to like predict games and see which way the game rolls. Yeah.
I was looking at the betting lines.
Yeah.
Which is a very interesting way to look at UFC fights and who's going in and who the books favor between everybody.
And you like looking at that stuff for all sports.
Yeah, I do look at betting for all sports.
Yeah.
When it comes to that card, though, the 2 main fights and the rest of the card is kind of weak. Jones and Miocic is going to be a way closer fight than people think, I would say.
Yeah.
Although
I know it's early, but who do you favor?
I mean, definitely John Jones, because it's John Jones. But I think Steve.
Yes, John Jones.
Steve Miocic is a good fighter, though, and I think he's the king of the heavyweight division in UFC history, and John Jones only had one fight at heavyweight. I think yes, it was Cyril Gane. He controlled him, but look at the heavyweight division right now. There's only 2 fighters who, I mean, Stipe's been out for a while. He hasn't fought 4 years, but
come back.
I mean, even if you want to include him, there's only 3 fighters right now in the UFC heavyweight division that prove himself. Cyril Gane he's okay on the feet. He doesn't really have a great ground game, and Jones just demolished him. And I don't think Jones is going to be able to do that to Stipe. And Stipe's been around for a while.
But like you said, Stipe's first fight back in a while, so he's got to get that training done.
That could cause issues, but Jones hasn't really fought in over a year now too.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Jones is going to lose. I do think Jones wins.
But not like
people are thinking he's going to do what he did to Cyril Gane, and it's just not going to happen.
That was Stipe.
Jones he fought at light heavyweight his whole career. He only had 1 heavyweight fight, and Steve Miocic, he's been there. He doesn't really have to cut weight as much.
Yeah.
Jones has the more gain weight because he's not really over 205.
He's got to deal with that while he's coming back to the octagon. Year and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jones should win.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in killing in that card. Oliveira and Michael Chandler.
Chandler's fighting, I forgot.
Yeah, two dogs, and both entertaining.
The build-up for that's going to be
It's
fun.
gonna be great. Yeah,
Right.
I think that fight's gonna be better than the main event. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting card though. It's at a great venue.
Because you feel like, with Miocic and Jones, it's going to be more like respectful, but with Chandler,
Chandler just
talks so much shit.
Yeah, he just wants to fight.
Yeah.
And Oliveira, he will fight.
But yeah, they'll bring it.
So I'm excited to see that fight. Like I said, look at the betting lines for that card. John in the 750 is a little weird.
Yeah.
Minus 750. That's
Really?
it's not really great value. I mean,
Yeah.
in fighting, minus 200 or to like minus 400 is sort of normal. Heavy favorites though.
Right.
But
And when is
minus
309 happening? Is that like
November 16th.
So we got a month for that.
Yeah,
Or
a little
less
2
than
weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like how
3
quick
weeks.
is this coming up? Yeah.
Yeah, and
We'll see how it is like right before, like a week
I'm
before.
excited for
odds.
that. UFC's been they were doing their thing with their cards recently. 308 was my best UFC card I ever seen. Even the prelim fights were amazing.
Yeah, there was
Probably
most
seen
of the one
fight of
prelim
year.
fight that was like.
One fight was Mixed-Back Orlabai and
Yeah.
Mateus Rebecki. And
I recommend that one.
these
If you can check
boys,
it out.
man,
Yeah.
They
'Cause that was fight of the night, I think, right?
My opponent's fight of the year.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
After 4 minutes in the fight, Orlabai's eye was swollen shut.
Oh, I did. Yeah, dude.
And,
you could
But they were striking, and then they didn't stop the fight. Doctor asked him how much finger. He said 2. He guessed correctly. There's no way he's seen out his eyes.
I was gonna say,
was shut.
I didn't look out the other eye, or it
Was
was
he
like.
covered? They were like this,
Oh
and
shit.
his eye was literally shut. He must have just guessed correctly. I don't know. But
That's hilarious. Yeah.
in the second round, Orlabai won, and in the third round, he almost got finished.
Yeah.
Came back, and almost finished. It was insane.
Insane.
A lot of blood everywhere. It was
308 was a good card, so we
Very
got
good
to
card.
talk about it.
For sure.
Sick.
Great card. Great cards coming up.
Yeah.
UFC's been doing their thing recently, man.
Yeah.
As a big fan of combat sports, boxing, UFC in general,
Yeah.
I love to see it.
I definitely want to cover it more too. So, I mean, any closing thoughts you want to sign off with? Like anything you want to plug or anything you want to talk about? Just
Yeah, so if you guys are interested in, if you guys are of age and interested in sports betting, I do run my own sports betting Discord with a couple of my friends I know. We research heavy. Although I don't bet myself, I am very interested in researching it, and I just love sports, so it's something that I see pride in. I run my own sports models. Me and my boys, we research it. We have a bunch of different sites we use, and we just try to give our sharp edges on advices. We're not going to sit here and tell you what to bet because you don't have to bet anything.
That's
but
all
we're
good,
gonna give advice to what we think you should. Again, I don't gamble myself, but if you're of age and you think that you're interested in doing it and you are willing to risk money, Kyle said a link in the Discord in the bio.
Yeah, I'll definitely plug it. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's that. Thank you guys though.
Yeah, Rich, thank you so much for coming
Thanks,
on.
Kyle. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and hope you start your Rude Awakening, or start your morning with the Rude Awakening, and with 2 eggs and a stack of hot takes. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe, by the way, if you haven't already, and check us out on all platforms. All right, have a good rest of your day.